Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as usual, and we are pretty much back in the range. Oscillators are sort of giving us a hint of diversions, so good possibility here of a flag forming. There it is there, and that would be a bull flag back to the top of the range. So those are the two levels in the range, which I'll get to shortly. Nothing really changed on the hour except for the oscillators grouping to the upside, and we're still below the moving averages. So still a slight case for a strong dollar at the moment, so we need to wait and see what happens to the Feds today. But the levels that we need to go are still the same. So 113.461 to the upside, and then 112.721 to the downside. Now I would pay attention to this area here and just see what happens. This is almost in the middle of the range, so we could just muck around here until the Feds release their, or they have their press conference, and then you should see some fireworks, probably a spike to the upside, spike to the downside, bounce around, settle in, and then pick a direction. But at the moment this is still sideways. US dollar, Japanese yen, pretty much the same thing, except you can see buyers accumulating here. See all these tails off the structure to the left here. Lots of buyers accumulating. Oscillators have crossed over, pointing to the upside, indicating a potential move to the upside. And if we start looking at the 1 hour, you can see what looks like a bit of a rounding bottom. So you've got low, lower low, higher low, higher low. So similar kind of situation here. We're looking for a clear break. And I'd actually extend that to yesterday's high, because that would break through all the moving averages. So you're looking for a clear break above 114.157 retest. That's looking for an opportunity to the upside, and you're also looking for a move to the downside is going to be triggered by a break of 113.625. Till that happens, we are sideways. Remember, Fed's coming out this afternoon with, well, it's this evening for us in Europe and Africa. And that's coming out with their press conference, and they're basically going to tell the world exactly what they've been telling the world for the last couple of months. So anyway, British pound, Japanese yen, you can see buyers also accumulating here. Oscillators group quite nicely. The structure that we were looking for yesterday, well, basically the beginning of the week really, was this 154-100 area, and we're kind of staying below it. Now there is a smaller level to the downside, and if you look to the left, you'll see it's a little bit messy, but there is all the interaction of that. So we're kind of in this zone. We've grouped to the downside of the oscillators, we're pointing to the upside. We've got a bit of a crossover, so as I said to you yesterday, really looking for a reversal to the upside to continue this upside move. But at the moment that's not that clear, so especially not with what's happening with all the moving averages. So if you look at what's happening here on the hour, you can see we're making higher highs and higher lows, but the oscillators are grouped to the upside. So technically we're still in a downtrend, so you need to wait for one of those two levels to go, I'm afraid. And the first one is 154.100, so break, retest that to the upside. Then I would expect the 155 EMA to be tagged, and that would be around 154.6977, and then alternatively a break to the downside 153.561. I would expect a break of these lows from yesterday to start triggering a bigger sell-off again. So trend is technically to the downside still, so you should be favoring a move to the downside, but again we're sideways. Whole of yesterday was sideways, so I don't really trust that at the moment. Lastly, Euro British pound. So predictable, this pair. You can see the bounce off the structure that we had at the downside, which was weekly structure, strong move up, flag. We had a sort of a measured move target up here, and then we had a little bit more to go to the 155 EMA, and I gave you that level yesterday, and just have a look at what happened. You can see, well, we tagged that the day before, and then immediately sold off the 155, and we just sort of ambled to the downside. So at the moment, we're back in amongst moving averages, pretty much nowhere to go. This is the area we're looking for support, 0.83611. We have found a little bit of support, but it's messy, and it happened at going into close. Look at the oscillator starting to move to the upside. If this level goes 0.83611, expect a move to the downside. There are a few little gaps to the downside as well. I'd expect us to start tagging, just be a bit conservative. I'd expect us to tag this area here, and that is 0.83381. So yeah, that's kind of the play that's happening there. I pretty much just suspect this thing's going to move back to the downside like it has always, come and test these weekly levels again. So you're looking for opportunities to short, but just wait for the structure. So break the structure, come back, retest the structure, and then you're looking for opportunities to get back down to this 0.82752 area. Anyway, that's kind of me for Forex. Hope it helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.